A Cup of Colombia. Port City Java is a Wilmington-based coffee company that serves coffee from all over the world. But how exactly did this cup of Colombian brew get here? First off, coffee can only be grown under specific conditions which are found between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn, which is appropriately named the coffee belt. Colombia fits neatly between those lines. These photos, courtesy of Port City Java, are of Costa Rica, but the production of coffee there is similar to that of Colombia. From the hillside or mountainside, coffee is farmed, and the plant takes 3 to 4 years to produce fruiting bodies, after which the fruit can be picked annually, as explained by Port City Java Director of Roasting and Warehouse Distribution, Scott McLean. Port City Java Marketing Director Megan Mullins said that in Colombia, the coffee seed, or bean, is extracted from the fruit using the wet process, which involves depulping, when a majority of the fruit is peeled from the seed, fermenting, where the remaining fruit breaks down and is washed away, patio drying as seen here, to harden the outer shell of the seed, resting, where the shell of the seed is removed, and sorting, where the seeds to be shipped are hand-sorted for their meeting quality standards. The seeds, or beans, are then of course bagged for shipping.
When this bag was full that carried the beans from Colombia to Wilmington, it weighed 154 pounds, which is almost as much as I weigh.
Port City Java's Colombian bean is from the Huila region and is shipped up to Newark, New Jersey. From there, it is taken by truck to Port City Java headquarters here in Wilmington for roasting. The process begins with the beans being pulled through this tube into the roaster. Then they are dumped and spun for cooling to stop the beans from cooking from the inside out. At Port City Java, the Colombian bean is given a French roast, which means it is roasted at approximately 464 degrees Fahrenheit or 240 degrees Celsius. Give it a very strong, bold flavor. Scott McLean said the Colombian bean is special because it can hold its flavor while being roasted at such a high temperature, and that most other beans would lose body. After roasting and cooling, the beans are filtered through this machine to separate the beans from things that, well, aren't quite beans. Then the beans are weighed and rebagged for distribution to the individual Port City Java cafes. But the beans can't be sent off just yet. The day's batch of roasted beans must be taste tested as a means of quality control. Scott McLean and Roastmaster Tim Cruz explain how to properly taste test the coffee.
And you're just going to actually slurp because you want to aerate it across the tongue so that it hits all your senses there. Kind of swish it around, breathe in and out. You can spit it out or you swallow it, doesn't matter.
You try to take it to the front of your tongue, aerate it over all your senses, but you swish it around in your mouth and breathe in and out of your nose, and then spit it out. And you're looking from first, middle, and end of what you're tasting and how the sensations hit. So you taste how it's a little bit brighter.
For the daily tastings, the Port City Java team tries to get as many people involved as possible, which usually amounts to about 6. Director of Roasting and Warehouse Distribution Scott McLean explains that a good Colombian is chocolatey in flavor. Marketing Director Megan Mullins tells of the importance of the Colombian bean to cafes and roasters.
Colombian's a standard. So you have so many countries in the world that are able to produce quality coffee. Colombia is just absolutely one of those that you want to have in the mix. For us, it's not a matter of do we want to have Colombian coffee, but what is the best Colombian coffee that we can be serving in our cafes. So.
After getting shipped out to the individual cafes, the Colombian French roast is only ordered a few times a day, said barista Maureen Gillette. 3 Port City Java patrons explain that they like sweeter tasting coffees that are doctored up more than they like the stronger, bold taste of Colombian French roast.
This is my coffee. That's what I get every time. Yeah, I get the same thing. I don't have to tell them what I get, but yeah.
But Maureen Gillette said that most patrons are probably drinking Colombian without even knowing it because it's a part of the house blend and iced coffee.
Our house coffee is always pretty popular, which does have a little bit of Colombian in it. It's Colombian, Costa Rican, African, and Sumatra, just sort of all blended together. That's our most popular because we have it all the time, day or night. As soon as we open, nothing we close.
So whether you want a regular French roast or decaf, the iced coffee or house blend, you're drinking Colombian.
And that's how your coffee starts as a bean in the mountains of Colombia, travels in this bag overseas, and ends up being roasted and brewed into your daily cup of coffee.
I'm Brian Arnold with Colombian Import.